Well, hello and welcome to the first ever A4B Virtual St David's Day celebration. My name is Liz Davis, and for the last 7 years I've had the privilege of hosting the St David's Day concert at the Borough Theatre. I don't think that any of us thought when we left the theatre on March the 1st last year that it would be the last time we would perform at the theatre for such a long time. And indeed, with the refurbishment work now well underway, the last time that any of us would perform at the Borough Theatre as we know and love it. The last year has been difficult for everyone, not least for anyone associated with the theatre and with the arts. And we at A4B have been no different, but we have managed to find, like most families, ways of staying in contact not only with each other but with you, our audience. And I hope you enjoy the latest in our efforts to do this with our Virtual Eisteddfod. Our Virtual Eisteddfod, which we launched earlier this year, has been a great success. We had entries from quite literally all over the world, and tonight's performance is a mix of some of the award-winning entries in that competition, as well as a little bit of a reminder of what went on at the Borough Theatre on March the 1st last year. We very much hope you enjoy it, and we look forward to seeing you all back at the Borough Theatre later this year, fingers crossed. All that remains really is to say Dydd Gŵyl Dewi Sant hapus, happy St David's Day, and stay safe.
A young actor once took to the stage, knowing all the script page after page. His performance was lauded, how the audience applauded, and now he receives a big wage. A young actor once took to the stage, his lines he had learnt from the page, but the words wouldn't come, and he stood there quite dumb, while the director flew into a rage. There was a young girl from Lamfoist, whose garden was terribly moist. So to stop getting wet, she found her best bet was to enter the house with a hoist.
And we were singing hymns and ayahs, land of my fathers, our reader knows. The 1st of March is here again, get out your ugly tops. Daffodils are everywhere and leeks are out of stock. The junior choir were warming up, but standing next to me was Mr. Evans bawling loud, completely out of key.
I repeat, nine bellai man, gofyn oed, and calon hapus, calon o, nis calon plan, ach lindaioni, techachu, na lili dos, dim on calon lanagani, canyatis, mynd ar cafo clippity clop, mynd ar cafo trot trot trot, lani a minydd lani cwm, tro dros I dolif bum bum bum, gurry a gurry, gurry a gurry, gurry a gurry valley winked, oi, Mynd ar caffo clippity clop. Mynd ar caffo trot trot trot. Lan I ymennydd, lan I cwm. Tro dros I dolef bum bum bum.
Wales, take me to your heart, wrap your mist around me, draw me to your veils, let the singing start. Though I am a stranger, know me, let me in, ask and let me tell you, Wales wandering have I been. Wandering and waiting for the crystal clouds on grey, towering sides reach up, smooth green where I stay. Be my rest, be my safe, be my shaded stone. The hiraeth never ends, for Wales, my home. This land of mine has beauty in mountains, ballet and song. Wherever I go in the wide, wide world, it is home and where I belong. Welsh people show genuine friendship, their language unique and bold. A history of mining for centuries, with disasters underground in the cold. Above we share warmth and sincerity, but rugby we support to the end. Unconditional love for the nation, with pride in the flag we suspend. What other rousing anthem could be better or sweeter emblem than spring daffodils? Also leeks if we keep to the letter, and St. David's Day influence prevails. My Wales gives complete satisfaction, no matter what my journey may recall. For this is the land of my fathers, it is my land, my world, and my all.
Sing, sing, you imprisoned ones, be released from your subterranean ways. Arise and live again on mountain tops. Let not the deep, dark collieries be your graves. Sing, sing, whose light is the blast of furnaces. The rising sun beckons you far greater. Let your wounds heal, your blind eyes open. Sing, O sing, liberated ones. Bring the songs of the mountains to the churches and the stage. Fill the earth with your great ringing. Let the great Amen resound again.
Where the daffodils grow bright yellow and green, where the castles and towers totter and lean into the depth of the hills. In the summer the sun glowing like brass makes me feel happy and jolly lying down in the grass. Where the mountains stand high, I feel I can fly. That's where I've always been, where the daffodils grow bright yellow and green.
Becky James won Olympic medals. She was famous for turning her pedals. Tom Jones, a singer, hid near and far. He is so rich, he drives an expensive car. Gareth Thomas was a rugby player back in the day. He says, I've got HIV and it's okay. Catherine Zeta-Jones always wanted to be on the stage. She doesn't care about her husband's age. Gareth Bale is the highest scorer for Wales. When he plays football, he never fails. Alex Jones presents the One shows. What she talks about tomorrow, nobody knows. Guess who went to King Henry VIII School? Owen Shear, and had a pen as his tool. Welsh people are very proud of their roots, from the top of their scalp down to their muddy boots.
As anyone who's ever been to one of our St. David's Day concerts will know, my family hails from Nantiglow, where men are men and the sheep are nervous. Now, my grandmother always used to tell stories of the local minister, a man known as the Reverend Hughes Cwm-Twch. Now, Reverend Hughes was apparently on one occasion faced with something of a conundrum when three couples came to see him, all wanting to get married on Bank Holiday Monday in August. Now, he realised that he wasn't going to be able to accommodate them all, so, like Solomon the Wise, he came up with a novel solution. He said to them, if you want to get married in my church, You must all abstain from the sins of the flesh for 1 month. He said, there shall be no naughty business, no fiddly oi-poi. You must abstain. So off they went, and a month later they came back to the church, they came back to the manse, and Reverend Hughes said to them, "Now my children, have you completed the month without succumbing to mortal sin?" Well, the first couple were really delighted, and they said yes, they had been chaste all month. So he looked at the second couple, and he said, "And what about you?" And they looked equally pleased, and told Reverend Hughes that yes, they too had been the epitome of virtue. He looked at the third couple, and they were looking shamefaced and embarrassed. So he said, well, what about you, my children? And the young man said, no. He said, "I'm sorry, Reverend Hughes." He said, we couldn't manage it. We couldn't do it. And Reverend Hughes, he looked so disappointed, and he said, "What happened?" He said, "Why couldn't you even manage this simple request?" And the young man said, well, he said, "Reverend Hughes," he said, "we were doing very, very well until last Wednesday afternoon, when my girlfriend, she dropped a tin of baked beans on the floor. And she bent down to pick them up, and when I saw her there in front of me," he said, "I was sorely tempted, and I gave in to my mortal lusts." Reverend Hughes shook his head, and he said, "Oh," he said, "my son," he said, "I'm very sad to tell you," he said, "you are no longer welcome in my church." And the young man said, "No, we're no longer welcome in Sainsbury's either."
patient appointment board on the wall, commanding you and Evans to proceed. To Dr. Griffiths, room 11, Bob for Neil Morris. In between each call, the board is blank, as if contemplating darkness, or a message trickles across its brow. Don't forget to give you a name. Bob, it wakes up with a jerk for Adam Connolly. Most look healthy. That girl's pretty, but some may harbour dead sea fruits within, and will taste its ashes when the doctor reads from his on-screen notes. Bob! No, it's me! It's my name! In ruby dripping fire for all to see, as I lurch up quickly from my seat.
St. David's Day by Brenda Williams. A land of rugged mountains, a land of finest slate. The sound of rushing rivers gives us a cause to celebrate. A land of ancient forests, green valleys grazing sheep, give the people of St. David a land they wish to keep. Follow the red dragon flag in parades by Welsh bands. Raise voices in the choirs to salute this lovely land. For here in Wales, or far away, the Welsh remember still, and on St. David's Day, with pride, wear a leaf or a daffodil.